Thank you, Madam Mayor. It's been a busy several days here since Thursday morning. I am one of those residents yet without power, and I understand the challenge that means for a number of our residents. I have three themes to talk about: public works, public safety, and public health. And then I'll talk a little bit about the next steps that we're going to be taking in the form of an emergency disaster declaration working with the City of Duluth, City of Rice Lake, and the region, and of course the Governor's Homeland Security and Emergency Management Office. But first of all, on the public works front, we've had over 100 roads that have been severely impacted by debris and trees. We are, in some respects, chasing Minnesota Power around. Wherever there's a down line, we're very sensitive to waiting for Minnesota Power to make sure that there isn't a life-threatening event there or a problem with the power, obviously. As the mayor noted, and Minnesota Power has repeated time and again, don't assume all lines are energized, and we're following that path. That said, we've cleared quite a number of the roads. In fact, our crews are on standby today after 2 very long days. We're pleased that we made great progress on the debris clearance and tree removal. So that's been a good news story. We are watching the weather today as well and are not anticipating flash floods, but there is a flash flood warning. And with all the damage and infrastructure impacts already, that's something that we might be a little more susceptible to. So let's hope we dodge that storm bullet. Regarding public safety, we've been working very hard in cooperation with the City of Duluth and the City of Rice Lake and neighboring townships to ensure that there are stop signs, warning signs. We ask, as does the City of Duluth, to be very careful where intersection lighting is no longer in place. Treat those intersections as a 4-way stop. Respect others on the road. Be safe. And I'm pleased to report that based on many observations, people are indeed being very careful and respectful. So continue to watch those roads. We've got a number of roadside. We've also been coordinating with MnDOT in that regard. On the public safety front, the mayor noted some personal visits to residents without power, particularly our senior citizens that we were concerned about, and we have conducted those door-to-door visits. The good news is we had no cases of anybody having to go to a hospital. We were able to distribute education materials. I want to thank Margaret Ratai from our Virginia office, who along with resources in public health and resources in public works all came down to help with this region's challenges. Margaret coordinated a number of our public health nurses visiting these residents, and I think that's very calming and reassuring, including to the family members who aren't present to support their relatives. So a great effort there. With respect to an emergency declaration, we're working with the city and our partners at the state to anticipate an emergency declaration being made on Tuesday. We're not sure if this event in and of itself will qualify. Note that the emergency declaration is more public infrastructure driven. We've had a lot of obvious clearing and debris removal challenges, but the actual impact to public infrastructure thankfully hasn't been as great. I can't say the same for private infrastructure, for our residences, our buildings, and we're hopeful that that declaration combined with our July 5th wind event will provide us some federal and state funding avenues that aren't available to us now. The last thing I'd like to say is that at the end of the week, this coming week, we anticipate that our county assessors will be visiting all the damaged areas in the cities, in the city of Duluth and Rice Lake, Proctor, as well as Hermantown and other townships to do an assessment of property damage. That might lead to tax credits or reductions in taxes and property taxes, but we'll make that effort. So anticipate a knock on the door, or don't hesitate to contact St. Louis County at our website or the assessor's office if you think there's been damage that might impact your property taxes, and that can be a bit of a help too. But